Welcome to King Lizard's Game Lounge and Forza Motorsport 7. So back in September of this year, 2017, Porsche set a new record for road-approved sports cars. They set a lap of 6 minutes 47.3 seconds at Nuremberg's Nordschleife circuit. Now that's the larger Nuremberg circuit without the GP circuit attached to it. It's 20.6 kilometers or 12.x miles. I can't remember the exact value, but that's the guesstimate. It's just over 12 miles basically. And this is something that fellow YouTubers, Super GT, Jack Ultramotive, the Racing Monkey is the guy that made me aware of this particular challenge, have already driven and set times for. And it kind of gave me motivation to want to do my own video and also do my own time trial, because to be honest, time trials and time attacks are what really drive me in driving games. I do a lot of rivals obviously on the channel, and this was the kind of thing that sort of drew my attention and wanted me to do well. Now, so far, Jack Ultramotive, who was the guy who originally thought of this concept to do a video on YouTube, pulled in a 7 minute 36 second .953. It was a dirty lap. Super GT pulled in a 6 minute 58.852, which was also a dirty lap, just right at the very end. And the Racing Monkey set a 7 minute 9 seconds .295, which was also a dirty lap. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so clean laps are only what I'm about. I really want a clean lap in order to set a time on this circuit. I have at this point, after 6 laps already, pulled in a 7 minute .38 seconds .528, which was what, 2 and a bit seconds shy of Jack Ultramotive's time. Now ultimately I want a clean time. I will stitch that dirty time on the end of the video just so you can see what I do. I'm hoping that this lap 2, which I've managed so far to do clean, and by the way, I'm talking and doing this live as I drive, which I promise you is not easy, because keeping your concentration on this circuit is really tough. As I said, I've already done 7 laps at this point. This is my 8th lap right now, which I'm really hoping I'm going to get a clean run on. However, obviously I'll just keep talking and lapping until I do, because I'm a stubborn git when it comes to these time trials. I absolutely will keep digging and digging and digging until I get a clean lap. Now, at this point in time, I've already made a number of mistakes. I've been slower than I have been in the past on a few of the corners. I've also had a bit more slide than I've had on some of the previous attempts, where the back end, just like there, has drifted out on me. This is a brutally tough car, I'm finding, to drive with no assists. I'm doing manual gearing, but I am not using a clutch, by the way, just so you're aware how I'm driving this. Now, what I did do, similar to the Racing Monkey, I have made some alignment changes to this vehicle, but nothing else. There's no add-ons to parts. I'm driving a stock vehicle, with exception to changes on the front caster and some of the other minor alignments, just so I can get a drive that suits my driving style, if you like. Because obviously when you're if you're racing on a racetrack, they will set a car up to your preference. That's all I've really done here, is just set the car up to the way I like to drive and how I like the car to feel. There's still way too much back-end action on this vehicle for my liking. This Porsche 2018 911 GT2 RS, it is extremely slidey. I nearly lost it there. That was nearly the end of my clean run. But it's real hard work to keep this thing, tame, if you like, and keep it going around the track. You really have to be so precise with the acceleration as you come in and out of corners, and more importantly, braking is, nerve inducing. It's I'm literally crapping myself every time I hit the brakes in this thing, because it is just so lively a vehicle, and I'm having some real issues braking correctly for this vehicle in terms of slowing it down without it going into an uncontrollable slide. I'm doing, touch wood, I don't really want to say it because I might jinx myself, I'm doing pretty good at this point. However, I'm not going to get, you know, a 6 minute, you know, 47 second, that's for sure. I know that from the start. I'm more kind of keen to see where my benchmark is up against the other YouTubers out there. That way I kind of know what I need to do to improve, and I need to work harder and stuff, and, you know, just drive that little bit better. But I'm suspecting maybe a 7 minute 50, something like that, based on my previous runs, if I can get it clean. I am being a little bit more cautious than I normally would because I'm trying to get this clean. I've had to save my skin a couple of times already, which obviously has cost me a lot of time. But every time this vehicle slides like this, Jesus, it loses me a lot of time, and also probably a couple of years of my life. So we're getting very close to the end of this now. So I'm 6 minutes, just gone 6 minutes in. I've managed to keep it clean. God, I nearly lost it again there. I managed to keep it clean so far. I'm begging Forza Motorsport 7 not to screw me over at the last minute, or for me not to make a stupid mistake and blow this clean time. And really slow down for this section. I slowed down way too much there. I was just getting over cautious. Here I'm a little bit, not too bad actually. I made it around there. I thought I was going to go wide there. That was dangerous. I very nearly could have, you know, destroyed that time. I'm finding here I have to drop in the third gear to keep this thing under control around the corners. Otherwise I just go wide and hit that barrier. And I'm on the curving here, which is the worst place for me to be. Jesus. Slight bit of wrong acceleration on that curving and this car goes crazy. I was really lucky there to keep that on the track and not go dirty. So according to this, I'm 7 seconds up on my previous time. Now, my previous time was dirtier and longer than my 7 minute 38. So that, I think it was a 7 minute 48 I started the video with after lap 1 on this run. So on this section, what I'm doing now, I'm rolling the car and I'm changing gear whilst rolling. I'm not accelerating. You know, there's a very minor bit of acceleration here and there. I'm going to drop her into third, roll around in third here, a little bit of acceleration to get me to the end. I'm going to change down to the second, a little bit wide, and then I'm going to hit this finish as fast as I can. I don't care about the third lap. This is a clean lap and this is it. So 7 minutes 40 seconds 0.160 clean, which I'm really happy with because this is a nasty track to get clean laps on. You know, Nurburgring Nordschleife is just so tough a track to get a clean lap on, and it requires a lot of concentration and a lot of fighting with this 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. This is a really tough car to do this circuit in, and you know, any of you guys that follow my channel that haven't tried this yet, jump in. It's great fun. It will need a lot of concentration and probably a good hour or so just to try and get a good run in. For me, this was my 8th lap to get this clean time. As I said, I think it was my 3rd lap I got the 7 minute 38 dirty or something like that, my 3rd or 4th lap, something like that. But yeah, there were a lot of sections where I was sliding here and a lot of sections where I know I went too slow. And I'm going to generously say that if I had the car under better control and I did my kind of perfect run, I reckon I could knock off 20, maybe 25 seconds off of this time at best on a good day. Now, as I said, remember, I suffer from severe sleep apnea. Severe sleep apnea is a condition where I basically don't sleep when I'm asleep. I stop breathing 21 times an hour during my sleeping cycle without a mask. Now the problem I've got is that my sleeping apnea is so severe that masks at this point, I tried like 11 masks, they're not helping me. I really struggle throughout the day to try and stay awake, and a lot of the time I fall asleep. I literally cannot for the life of me stay awake. So to do a challenge like this is extremely brutal on my senses and my ability to stay awake. As it happens today, this has actually perked me up, and it's actually made me a bit more alert than I normally am. So it's actually helped me, surprisingly enough. But I did try to do this earlier in the week and just gave up because I just couldn't stay awake. I was hoping to get this video out last week, unfortunately, but it's this week now due to the fact that I've just had so many issues with my sleep apnea. So do bear in mind when I'm doing this lap, I'm extremely tired. And also, something else to add to the video, not that I'm trying to get, you know, tales of woe or anything. I actually got something wrong with my right eye today. It's really playing me up. I think I've scratched it or something, and as a result I'm kind of looking through 1.5 eyes, if you like, while I'm doing this. But I'm just determined to try and get this video out this weekend, and I didn't want to wait any longer. I see the doctor tomorrow morning, so I'll find out, you know, what's wrong or whatever with my eye. But today I just wanted to get this done so I can, you know, finish up the video and do some edits and get it on the channel before the weekend. So, you know, me injured, dodgy eye, 7 minutes 40 seconds, 0.160 clean, which I'm really happy about. Now, it'd be great if you guys could jump in and do this. Leave me some comments, let me know how you get on. You might want to also chuck some comments onto Super GT's channel, Jack Ultramotive and the Racing Monkey, just let those guys compare against your times. What they were looking for in their video was someone from the Forza community that could do this in 6 minutes 47 seconds 0.3 or better. And there is actually someone on the leaderboards that's done that, and I'll tell you that we'll take a look at those times at the end of this replay. So pretty impressive. There are I think there was only one guy that actually beat it. Everyone else was, you know, reasonably close within a few seconds. Now with this run and the original run, it is worth noting that the original run ends on the very first right-hander corner into the finish, so it actually ends on that corner. So easily, you know, we're adding kind of, let's say, somewhere about 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So if you take off 6 or 7 seconds off of all of our respective times, you'll get a closer idea as to where we really were versus the original run, because the original run finishes earlier than the finish point in this Forza Motorsport 7 version of the track. And I'll show you exactly where it finishes at, you know, I'll mention it as we hit it. But so basically you could probably take around 6 seconds, let's say, at, you know, at the least off of my time. So I'd have, as for instance, 7 minutes 34 based on the original run or thereabouts, which still leaves me, you know, a long way short of the, you know, the good time. This, by the way, is probably not my last attempt at this. I'll probably come back for an attack 2 at some point in the future, because I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to these time trials. I'm probably never ever going to get to that top time, but I just love doing this stuff, and I love bettering myself and forcing myself to drive better in this game. Nurburgring is actually a circuit I know really well. I've done a lot of racing online and also with friends and in-game on this circuit, and I know the circuit very well. But for me, the biggest challenge was getting this Porsche 2018 911 GT2 RS around the circuit clean, because it is, for me, a real nightmare to drive this thing. It is really, really tough. If you're interested in, you know, doing your own tune and running this thing, great. If you want a bit of assistance or you want to try my tune, I have saved it, so you can actually find that under my gamer tag of King Space Lizard, all lowercase with 2 Z's. I'll put that up in the video so you see it as well. And, you know, you can download my tune to do, you know, the run as I did it, exactly with the same setup. I think my tune personally is better than the original non-tuned stock version of the product. As I said, all I've done is change some alignment values to suit my style of driving. So just to recap, so basically in first place is still Super GT, obviously 6 minutes 58.852 seconds. Second place goes to the Racing Monkey, 7 minutes 0.09.295 seconds. And third place goes to Jack Ultramotive at 7 minutes 36.953. Now all of those times were dirty. I come in fourth place with my 7 minutes 40 seconds 0.160. I could obviously claim the 7 minutes 0.38.528 dirty, which we'll see at the end of this video. However, I prefer to claim a clean time because that is going to get me higher on the leaderboards worldwide or in Europe. So for me, you know, that's where it counts. Now basically this run, as I was saying, ends very shortly. I'll show you where. It's right on this corner. So as they came around this corner, they cut the timer. So as you can see, there's a good, probably actually might be 7 or 8 seconds there between where the actual race finished and where we get to finish in Forza Motorsport, because obviously our finishing line is, you know, way further on than where they finished in real life. So the Forza Motorsport 7 leaderboard for Nordschleife has GTZ Lucifer at the top of the board in this 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS with a time of 6 minutes 45 seconds 0.456. That's a good second and a half better than the world record that was set in real life. So this guy has actually done it. The Europe leaderboard sees me in the top 7% with a placing of 350th out of 5,081 other drivers. Worldwide, I'm in the top 6%, and I'm 606th out of 9,390 other drivers. Very chuffed with that. That's a pretty high place for me, and it's within my normal time frame in terms of distance from the leaderboard. So I will be back again attacking this in the not too distant future. Please be kind enough to rate the video and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I hope to see you back soon. Take care, keep well, and keep watching.